Yeah.
Sure. So first, let's cover some theory about ServiceNow introduction. Post this, we'll see, like, we'll try to understand creating a user record and all. Okay. For couple of classes, we'll also have some theory to discuss. Okay. So how to create a PDI, I have clearly mentioned all the steps, so you can follow the same. And coming to the few key points about ServiceNow Foundation and what is ITIL, what is SaaS offering and all. We'll be talking about it. But let me open this in Notepad. Allow me a minute. So, ServiceNow was founded in the year 2004 by David Lou, Fred Luddy. Uh, there are few other people. So, the name they have given for ServiceNow was a Glide Soft. Okay. Even today, we use most of the Glide APIs. That is how Glide Soft. ServiceNow provides both platform as a service and software as a service. We say PaaS and SaaS in software terminology. PaaS is nothing but a platform as a service. SaaS is nothing but a software as a service. So, what is the difference between this PaaS and SaaS? I'll be discussing now. Apart from that, the architecture of the ServiceNow is a single tenant architecture. That means each one of us will have our own instances or a PDIs. Coming to real time also, you will be having your own instance. That means you will have your own credentials to log in and start working on the project. Okay, and what happens in multi-tenant architecture? Commonly, we have a instance where you will be sharing the storage and all. So that is not much recommended, though single tenant architecture is bit pricey, but you'll have more security and even branding, promotions and all can be done with the single tenant architectures. Okay. So in SaaS offerings, for mid and large enterprises with a suite of applications focused primarily on automating the processes, majorly on workflows. So automation is nothing but, as we all know, everything is being very automated nowadays. Like, you need not to wait, you can order anything and you can receive anything to home. Likewise, even in ServiceNow, with the help of workflows and flow designers, you can define the process. What is the next stage? What should be happened? Like, you'll have a too many ways to find a solution, and with the help of workflows, you can do that. And updated version of workflows is a flow designer. Okay, and coming for IT, human resource, customer service, and service desk, these are all pretty helpful. Coming to PaaS offerings, it is majorly for the customers. Okay, so allow customers to build custom business application. Like, if we talk about a few applications, they only focus on certain criteria. So they have their work is to provide services only on particular aspect. So for certain solutions, you can actually go with the PaaS offerings. That is another advantage. Following the multitude of pre-built capabilities, that nothing but a out of the box functionalities, as we talk about OOTB. So they can utilize those functionalities and they can start implementing their working models, like majorly reporting, integration, security standards, other robust features and applications which are already given by ServiceNow. We furtherly customize it. And coming to single tenant architecture, which means that each ServiceNow customer gets their own instance of Now platform on which they run application instead of sharing resource as occurs in multi-tenant architecture. Single tenant architecture tends to cost more to operate but grants the customer additional flexibility to customize their instance to meet the client requirements. For more business promotions like branding, you can, as I told you, for promoting your brand and all, you can design the company logos, domain names, everything. Okay. Coming to Zing, as I told you, we have a search engine in ServiceNow. The name of the search engine is Zing. Okay, so it is also given as out of the box functionality. You need not to um, enable this, or you need not to create this from scratch again. The ServiceNow Zing text indexing search engine is default search engine used to search now platform records data. That means whatever the record, it could be a request, it could be an incident, it could be a problem, irrespective of knowing the base table information, you can search it on the global search. Its engine is created entirely with ServiceNow code and implemented with relational model. That means relational model is nothing but a DBMS, database management system. Will have a SQL queries to get the result or data, searching on the multiple tables. Like one table may have a relation with other tables. So likewise here, all the tables are interlinked using the relational model, and you can search the data. As we already discussed, who are the major gain companies which are the big competitors for ServiceNow, and BMC Remedy, this was really a very big hit tool, guys, but unfortunately now it has been migrated, and all the developers or the consultants who were working for BMC now are into ServiceNow. Okay, so we have Microsoft, IBM, Atlassian, Broadcom, SAP, SolarWinds, Steerwell, Zira. Even in ServiceNow, it offers all these Zira facilities. Okay, and ServiceNow supports up to last 3 version. What is our current version name?
Zanado.
Good. And yeah, so which was released in the Q4 of 2024, and the next release will be in the Q2 of 2025. Sorry, Q1 of 2025, which is in the Feb. Okay, every 6 months there will be a new release, and each release will have more exciting new features, applications, and implementation. Or even you can find the existing functionalities much more improved. That is the advantage of working on the latest versions. Okay, and the first version name starts with Aspen, and the current ongoing is I have to modify this data. Current is Zenado. Okay, and see, you might have checked this. It might have caught your attention that name of releases are in alphabetic order following ServiceNow naming convention. They are named after cities from North America to South America, Europe, and Asia. Okay, and now the important things that you have to know is a ITIL. What is ITIL? As we all know, this is a framework, and ServiceNow follows this framework, and we are following ITIL version 4. Okay, so the abbreviation of ITIL is Information Technology Infrastructure Library. Using this, you can actually have certain procedures. If there are a task, what should be the process behind it, how many checklists we have to pass through to complete the task, and what is really important, like when you deal with the customers. So search best practices are majorly focused using this ITIL framework. Okay, but are still applicable towards many organizational strategies by delivering value and maintaining competency. This ITL are not only specific to a organization or a technology. Okay, if you see, most of the other tools are also following this ITL version 4 framework. Okay, has those principles are really more helpful in meeting the requirement of your clients. And this UK government, usually the ServiceNow was was a ticketing system, right? So how this ticketing system was decided or implemented? So UK government services came up with the concepts of ITIL. So to avoid some basic errors in the IT industry, see, usually when you work for a big companies, you'll have a very good strength of employees, and they definitely have some or other issue. So to rectify those errors or issues within the internal teams, they wanted to establish a tool or a platform. Okay, that is how they started using the ITL concepts to avoid the basic errors or service desk errors, service related errors, to resolve them using the technology implementation, or to avoid basic errors in IT industry, and to meet the standards of business operation for the clients. So it has a very best practices of ITSM concepts. So what is ITSM? Is nothing but a service management. Like all the services, how they are managed, using what framework and what are the best practices that we follow. Everything is really important when we talk about ITSM. And it majorly concentrates on catalog items, knowledge management, incident management, problem management, change management. Okay. And there is a life cycle for ITSM. So firstly, you'll have a strategy, guys. Then they design it, nothing but a implementation phase, transitions, like how many states it need to have. Okay. And service operations, like we need a operation team to take care of all the issues or errors, and continual service improvements. Okay. Coming to advantages of ITIL. See, if someone asks you in interviews, this can be a quick recap for you. You can just go through certain ITL life cycle or advantages of this. That's how I even made this notes for your revision. Okay. Reduce IT operation cost, and it improves the productivity and employee satisfaction. It is cost effective practices, builds a stable environment that allows for growth, scale, and change, assist with managing risk, disruptions, and failures, strengthen customer relationship by delivering efficient services that meet their needs. Okay, coming to version 4. So if someone asks you in interviews, you can clearly say we follow version 4. Version 3 is a older version, but version 4 is the one which we currently use. Okay, is a framework designed to standardize the selection, planning, delivery, maintenance, and implementation overall life cycle of IT services within a business like integration. The latest version of ITIL integrates with ITSM methods, mostly like a Lean, DevOps, Agile, Zira. With any of these tools, you can integrate it. That is an added advantage. And customers are treated as a crucial part of value of organization. Not only organization, but to run any business, we need a customers. Okay, they also go with SVS, which is service value systems, and you have more flexibility to follow this best practices. And coming to modules, there are various modules in ServiceNow, but I can clearly say this: whatever the project it is, every project needs a operations, and whenever there is a need of operations, ITSM is a backbone for it. Okay, so development, admin part, testing, everything is really important. So if you learn ITSM thoroughly, you can definitely understand the other processes, because we are focusing on all the client scripts, UI policies, script includes server side logics like business rules, schedule jobs, and all. So everything that we are going to learn, and this concepts can be used and applied in other modules too. Okay, this is not only a ticketing tool, it is used to build and operate the business need by simply automate the work using the workflow and flow like a workflow and I'm sorry, using the workflow, you can actually make the work more simple. Okay, and Flow Designer is a updated version of your workflow, and using the different modules and the functionalities. Due to the main concept like workflows and Flow Designer, client scripts and server side scripts, you can actually create the working model in a feasible and easy methods. Okay, and many companies are in race to adapt to ServiceNow platform. I just wrote it as Snow, as this is the short name for ServiceNow, integrated tool to simplify their operations like ticketing system, as well as to improve their business needs and build many working models. Has most of the functionalities are given as a out of the box here. Okay, to integrate with any other tools, like we even have a facility with AWS, Azure, G Cloud, Zoom, Teams, Microsoft Outlook. Okay, why ServiceNow? More flexible to develop and build more number of custom application. Custom application is nothing but as per the user requirement, we can customize the application. Okay, with a low code and no code again. There was a San Diego and Tokyo. This versions made the application studio more flexible and easy for applying. Okay, introducing a new version of App Engine to create multiple applications with low code and no code or minimum number of code. And to access ServiceNow, what all we need, guys? Browser and internet. See, when I talk about like when it is in 80s, okay, we used to have a very big computers, servers. Even in Pune, we have a server station where we need more human resource to maintain it, right? But now everything is being more sorted and automated. You need not to worry about storing the data. You need not to worry about carrying your office. See, definitely, if you work for a project, you have to carry your office laptop. You cannot avoid that. But at least if you have an issue with your office laptop, you can log in with the credentials and you can start working, right? You need not to install the software on particular virtual machine or a desktop. At least those things you can avoid, right? So that is one added advantage of using any cloud based applications. Luckily, ServiceNow is a cloud platform. Okay, so let's see how to customize certain things on ServiceNow platform. So so far, any questions?
No.
This is theory. You will have a notes from my end. So you can also go through theory, and if any questions, let me know. Okay. So this is ServiceNow homepage, and do you guys able to create PDI, or you have any questions or concerns?
No.
I'm able to.
Okay. If someone haven't created it, please do it. Okay. Uh, See, from the day one itself we'll start using the ServiceNow PDI, guys. If you just feel like, okay, I have a time, I can create it on Monday or Tuesday. See, you have to watch all the recordings again and you have to do the things, so you may have more things like you'll have a pile up of recordings again to go through. Instead of that, you can create it and you can start using it and try to explore the things. Okay, now if I want to modify the logo, or when I hover my mouse, I can see service now or service management. Instead of this, I want to see some Apple or something like that. So how do I customize certain changes? Okay, you can just type basic configuration. Under system properties, you'll find basic, which is UI 15 usually, and UI 16 is the latest one. So let's see both. Let's add this logo. So here, tailor the look of page, top banner, text, logo, color, set the time zone, date, and time format. So you can do everything here. CSS is a for styling we use it, which is also part of front end technologies which we use like HTML and JavaScript. For styling, usually we go with the CSS. And here you have all the RGB colors. If you know the values, you can. Otherwise, you can just drag it, drop it, and adjust the colors. Okay, again, browser title. See, it shows service now, but if I want to set it like Apple Snow, okay, you can modify from here. Instead of this page header caption, you can make it like service management Apple. Okay, again, you can define your own time zone. Here you have various options. These are all out of the box provided. So let's say I'm from Canada Eastern, I can choose, otherwise US, I can choose anything from here. We have a date format like year, month, date, or month, date, year. You have various options. So according to your preference, you can decide this. Coming to time format, again, hours, minutes, seconds. Is it of 24 hours or you want it of 12 hours? You can decide that. Coming to banner text color, again, you can choose different colors here and just click on save.
So
Let me
will it
see.
add Apple Snow in the URL, Shreya?
No, not on the URL. I'll show you the changes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me just add it here. So to do the changes on URL and all, I think from the portal we'll be able to do. Okay, because we didn't customize any URL so far. See here, you can see Apple Snow Service Management Apple, even on the tab title, which is Apple Snow. Previously, it was
Okay.
ServiceNow. Okay, this changes we made it from UI 15. Now from UI 16 again, you can modify. Just type basic config UI 16. For styling your instance, you can use it. See here also you can add your own colors and all. See banner image. So you can select something. So again, date format, you have a header background color, banner text color. You have many options. You can just select these RGB values and add it according to. And as we have a light theme and a dark theme in our mobiles, similar to that, we have a cobalt and all. You can use something, and it is not functioning properly, what I feel. See, now the logo is modified, and on the URL also we can do that, but from portal we can achieve it, what I feel. Okay, so let's see how to create a user profile and who are users. Why do we have a user table? So I'll just type users in service now. So users are nothing but, let's say you are working for a project and all your team members' data has to be stored in one database. So usually, as a old school methods, we used to store it in Excel and all, but things are more automated now. And instead of storing it in Excel and worrying about storage and all, you can create a table and you can store the data, and you can name that table as a user table. That is how ServiceNow follows, because in ServiceNow usually we store data in the tables. So uh, we are on the users. Here you can see it is on Vancouver. You can modify the release version to Xanadu. Okay, yeah. So user record establishes a relationship between an individual and your ServiceNow instance. User record consists of a username, password, information related to individual, such as contact information, location, job title, department, calendar to which the user is integrated with, which time zone he works for, which type of date format he chooses. So you'll have a information, and whether the account is active or logged out. Everything you can understand from this user record. So, and whenever you save this user record, it has to be stored. So to store that information, we have a user table, which is a out of the box table. Again, scroll down, you can see related records, roles, groups. So what is a role? Role contains, okay, I'll go line wise. User records are stored in user table. This is the label name of your table, guys, and every table will have a label name and a backend name. Label name is for uh, just for namesake, we will use the label names, but actual purpose of a backend names is while writing any logic, or while scripting, or while calling on any flow designer or a workflow concepts. Wherever it is, the more importance is given for the backend names, because
So
this
it's a
backend
default
names.
name for the configuration or any changes in the instance.
Yes, a user table is a default table, and user table name, user is a label name, and sys underscore user is a backend name. This
Backend.
backend name is generated by system. That's the reason we value this more.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. Coming to related records, user records are associated with records on several other tables to control permissions, preferences, and other features, and to also populate the data of users on the other table. Let's say on incident form, we have a caller field. What this caller field does, it is a reference field referring your user table, because you need a caller name on the incident table, and instead of making it a like Generally, like a string fields, usually what they do, they type the name and fill it. Instead of having such string format, we made it a reference field. What is the use of reference fields? User can directly select their name from the list. Okay, that is an advantage, and this reference field is now relationally related to your user table. So that is how associated with records on several other tables. Coming to roles, roles control access to features and capabilities in application modules. For more information, you can just check the product documentation about roles. When possibly, simplify user administration by assigning roles. Okay, don't worry all this. I'll briefly tell you. Role is like a accesses what all you can do in ServiceNow can be defined. Let's say we are all from a schools. We have a principal, vice principal, a class teacher, right? So based on their roles, they have access to reach our parents or to reach out to any of your guardians, right? Let's say your teacher will know what is your performance and all. Your vice principal will have an idea about whether you are attending the classes or not. Your principal, whenever there is some uh, complaints on you, he can see track of it, right? But meeting your teacher is different from meeting your vice principal or a principal, right? The roles are different here. So your principal can give you TC but not a class teacher, right? So here also, to access the application, only limited roles are allowed to do that. Not everyone can edit the information. See, we have a user table. What user table contains sensitive information? We'll have all users emails, we'll have all users contact numbers. You cannot gather this information, export it and sell it to someone else, right? That is not allowed to do. So to protect all this and to restrict users in entering and doing some manipulations in the system, we protect them using the role concept. Is it clear or any questions?
No.
Okay. And let's say we have 36 participants and there are few basic roles, okay, like ITL role. This is a role given for the usually the technical help desk teams to manage or to access the incident module. Okay, and ITL users will have access on incident module. They can edit, they can create, they can update, but they are not allowed to delete anything in ServiceNow. But admin can create, update, even delete. Okay, and admin role is given for limited users. Let's say 35 participants I have, but only for 3 to 4 participants, I can give admin role. For rest, they may have a ITL role or no role at all. When there is no role, we call those users as a self-service role, self-service users or end users. They will not carry any role on their profile. Then what? Why they use ServiceNow? Just to raise any incident or a request and to track it, they use this ServiceNow. Okay, so we have a various roles in ServiceNow. To understand roles, we need a table. This is also out of the box table. Okay, you can also create new roles. You can call them as a custom roles. There are few roles that are given by ServiceNow again. Those roles are comes under out of the box rules. Okay, coming to groups. Now all the 35 participants need a ITIL role. I cannot individually add ITL role to each and every participant here. That's a time taking task. Then how do I do that? I I add a group. I make sure that all the 35 members are in that group and I add a role to that group. So all the 35 participants will inherit with the role that is carried on the group. See, a group is a set of users who shares a common purpose. Users are assigned to groups are automatically assigned to all roles associated with that group. For more details, you can understand groups. Okay, don't worry, everything will do practically. So, firstly, you can type users. When you search for users, under user administration, we have a list of users who are actively there on our user table. Okay, and this is called a gear icon or a setting icon. Here, this is the list of users. And on the URL, you will have a clear information what you are surfing. Sys underscore user. I'm sorry, I have some background noise. Yeah. So sys underscore user is a backend name of our user table. And in this list, I can see almost 627 records. Okay. And how many of the users are active or inactive? How to know? We have a field called active, which is a Boolean type field. It have only two values, yes or no. If the value is true, the user is active in the system. You can create a record for this system. You can create a request for this user. You can call him. You can send a email, call him like not ringing on his phone number, but for any discussions, you can invite this caller. Sorry, invite this user. Okay, so we have a specific field to decide that whether user is active or inactive in the system. That is decided by active field. See, user ID, name, email, active, created, updated. These are all called as fields. Okay, and this, whatever I'm highlighting, it is a horizontal. This is called as a row. Row or a record we call, column or a field we say. Okay, is it clear? What is vertical? That is comes under column or a field. What is horizontal? That comes under a record or a row. Now, if I want to understand how many users are active true, I can simply give true here. See, 626 users are actively uh, available for us to create any record or to create any request or to create a report using their details. We can do anything. But there is one user whose account is false. So if I give false, I can see who is that user whose account is inactive. Okay. Now to create a new record, you can just click here on this button. This is a UI action or a radio button, we call it. Okay, we'll also understand how to create this button, how to write a logic and all. Okay, but for now, as this is our second class, we are just on the user information for now. So a user need a user ID, first name, last name, title, department, and password needs reset. To access your account using user ID and password also, you can log in, logged out. Let's say you are active, but your account is logged out. So when your account is logged out, you cannot log in into ServiceNow. So you will receive a request saying that I'm unable to log in into ServiceNow. Then what you do, you go and check that username on the user table. Whenever the account is logged out, active is set to false. Whenever logged out is true, this is set to false. This is how it works, vice versa. Okay, then you have to unlock him and activate this user. Again, that user will be able to access ServiceNow application. And web service access only, this internal integration user and web service access is given for the users who work in the module of integrations. So while working on REST, we'll be enabling this both checkboxes. Okay, when you have this, we call this type of field as a checkbox. This is a string field which accepts both alphabets and numerics. Okay, this is a string field, this is a string field, this is a suggestion field. So when I just click here, I have few suggestions. See, a pick list. I have 12. If I want to add more also, I can add. Coming here, department is a reference field. We have a table called CMN department. See, this is also a out of the box table. We have 7 options, but if you want to add one more, you can just click here on new and create a new department. Okay, these are check boxes. Email is a email field. It will validate whether it contains at the rate and the right email address. Okay, language is a what type of language user can understand, and it's a choice field. Calendar integration is also a choice field. Time zone, it's a choice field with few of the choices already enabled. And date format, where you have options to select the date, month and year. Business phone, mobile phone, to fill your mobile information. So let's say if you want to configure location and manager, that is also possible. So this gray space on the header banner, you can just give a right click, go to configure. You have a option form layout. That means to layout anything on the form, you can just go by configure form layout, and there are available fields. These fields are given by ServiceNow, okay, and the fields that are there on your form. So I want to add manager field. I can simply select, drag it, and align this field. I want location also, so location field is also available. Save. So let's create a user record now. So you can type users under user administration. Other way to open the user record by providing the backend name of the table, sys underscore user dot list. That takes you to the user table. See, I can see 627 users. Let's say I want to open user form, sys underscore user dot do. Okay. It helps me to open the user form. I have another shortcut to open, sys underscore dot form. See, but if within the same window, if I want to open, I can just type sys underscore user dot form, where form is small in case. Within the same window it opens or tab. I don't like that, so I open it in new tab just by keeping the form or dot do in capital. Okay. So far, is it clear or any questions? Hello.
No, Shreya.
Okay. So
No,
let's
it's
create a
clear.
user record. Let's create a user record. So see, with the backend name, I have opened this. Let's create a record, Rishi 23. Okay, that is a user ID. Usually, user IDs will be mandatory on uh, any user table. If you want to make it mandatory, you can go to dictionary and make it mandatory. Otherwise, using any other concepts, we can make this user ID mandatory. First name, Rishi. Let's pick a title. Senior developer, department. Let's go with IT. Okay. Let's add a manager to Rishi. Abil is a manager. And let's add a location. So 200 South James, and email. And date format, date, month, year. I'm good. Okay. If you want to add any image, you can also add an image. So see what type of images ServiceNow supports: JPG, PNG, BMP, GIF, JPEG, ICO, SVG. All these file types are supported. So I have the same Apple image. So I'm just adding the same. See, if you want to delete this, you can do it. If you want to update the image, you can also update the image. So here there are no roles, groups, delegations, subscriptions, user client certificates. We just created a user record in manual way. This is a way of creating the user information or a user record in a manual method, like providing information. And this is for attachment. Like let's say you want to attach some Rishi's offer letter or something. So you can select any of this. Let's say under documents, do we have anything? Unfortunately, this is not my laptop. Okay, sorry. Let me add the same Apple image what I have downloaded now. So this is the attachment that gets added to the top of your form. If you want to rename it, you can. If you want to download it, you can. If you want to delete it, just click here again on the attachment, select it and remove it from here. Okay, and there is a personalized form. What is this? Only for admins it is available, guys, and users with a personalized form role. So what is this, how it is enabled, everything we'll be discussing. So what is the advantage of this? Let's say if you don't want some field on the form, you can simply remove it from here. Okay, see, there is no email field, but if you want it back again, you can just click here on the reset. Okay, so you can add or remove fields from the form using this particular concept. Now I have saved the record. So when I just scroll down, update, see, save is like you will be staying on the same page even after making the changes. Update, you will be redirected to a different tab. See, now if I want to go back to my user list, you can just type this user underscore list, where you will be redirected to the user list. Previously it was 627. As we created Rishi's record, I can see 628 has a count, and we have a created and updated fields. These fields usually help you to check the time and date. So created, when you sort it Z to A, there are two types of sorts in ServiceNow. Sort A to Z, that means old records on the top, latest at the bottom. Z to A is vice versa, latest on the top, old records at the bottom. So when I sort Z to A, I can see Rishi record on the top. See, 25. This is a day ago. This is 2 months ago, like that. So let me open Rishi record. Update, as we have seen, set password. So let's set a password for Rishi. When we were in other versions of ServiceNow, there was a manual way of setting a password, but everything is automated now. You can generate a password. So I feel like this password is short, so I'll copy it to clipboard and save. See, copy password copied successfully. Save the password. See, whenever you save the password needs reset. This is auto enabled. And take the user ID also, that is required. Paste. So now update it. So if you just come here, log out, so it will take you to navigation page.do, or you can also type login.do. Anything takes you to this page. Now you have to provide the username, that is rishi.23, and the password, the temporary password, whatever we have copied without spaces, you have to provide, because space is also considered as a character. So make sure there are no spaces. You can just double check it with Control A, login. Now we are logging into Rishi's account. So whatever the current password that we have, you can paste it. To create a new password, you have to meet this requirement again. Minimum of 8 characters, maximum of 100 characters, a lowercase, uppercase, a digit, special character, no repetition of 3 characters, no sequence more than 3 characters, user data like first name, last name, username, company name. You can decide everything. So Snow is nothing but a service now, guys. Now I'm in Rishi's account. See, senior developer. You have all the information. Apple Snow. When you open his profile, okay, but you don't have access to edit or set a view. Everything is read only. Read only means you are not allowed to edit anything. You are only allowed to select the date format and a time zone. And here if you see, there are very limited applications and menus available for him, because Rishi doesn't have a rules. He's a end user or a self-service user with no role. carried on his user profile. See, very limited. uh, if he has added something as a favorite, he can see those things under favorites, and what he has updated in the past a minute ago, everything is tracked under history. See, there is no incident module. If even if you go with self-service, the incidents that are under Rishi's name are reflected. He don't have access to other incidents. Let's say Rishi is a part of a group where there are 10 employees, so he wants to check one of the employees incident and create a scene. uh, Tarun is a Rishi's friend here. So Tarun, he says that my friend Tarun gained some access and he's able to see all applications. So I need the same rule. But he cannot see what all incidents Tarun has raised in the past, because he is restricted with the rule here. So to get access like Tarun, he need to have a role like Tarun. So to do that, he need to be part of a group which Tarun is part of. So by that, he can also gain access in the platform and see incident module and everything. So how the roles, groups, everything are interconnected uh, will be, let me close all this tabs. Now I'm on my profile. See, I'm on my system admin profile. I have impersonate user, elevate roles. I can see many modules, many menus. See, the list is very big because I carry a admin role. And admin can create the users, add the roles, create a group. Everything admin can do. There is nothing that admin cannot override or cannot do something in ServiceNow. Is it clear? So,
Yes.
roles and groups, let's talk about it on Monday, because it takes at least 30 to 40 minutes for me to provide all information about roles, groups, and let's create custom rules and how these rules are really important, why rules restrict the users from accessing sensitive information. Like this, we'll cover everything. Okay, what is a group? What is a parent-child relationship in groups? Let's see everything practically on our PDI. So again, who have missed to create a PDI, please complete that before our class. Okay, every day the class will be at 9 p.m. and there will be no class in like next Saturday and Monday, guys. I'll be out of town, so first and third there will be no class. I just want to intimate it before. Okay, but I'll give some activity for you guys. Is it okay?
Yes.
Yeah. Any questions from anyone?
Yes, I have a question. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
I followed the instructions when you were doing it. At the same
Mm-hmm.
time, I was focusing. So I did the same thing, but when I updated it,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately, when I checked the list, it is
Okay.
still showing 627, though I am doing it from my system admin account.
Can you share your screen? And one more thing here.
Yes.
See, these things are easy for now for to do it right away in class, but don't do this because you'll have 1 hour. Post that you'll have more time to practice. Okay, so if you have any questions, you can ping me on WhatsApp. That's okay. But for 1 hour, whatever we are discussing, if you're focusing on it, it might help you to understand in better way what I suggest. Okay, so post our class, you can practice it anytime. Uh, that is what I prefer. Okay, so now I'll give you a
Yep.
share. You can share your screen.
Sure.
Let me stop screen share. Yeah, I
One
think now
moment.
you.
I'm sharing the screen. Bear with
Sure.
me.
Yeah. Did you save the record?
Yes,
Okay. Okay,
I
can you go
tried
back
clicking
to
on update as well.
the save and update? Both are same. Only thing save makes you stay on the
Yeah,
same form. Update will uh, just make you more out of the tab. That's the only difference. What is the default role given to user created with no role? Sorry, Geetika, what is the default role given? There is no role given if users are end users. They are treated as a user with no role. Okay, so can you open users from left navigator?
one. 1 second, there is a disturbance.
Yeah, that's okay. Sys underscore user
Yeah,
dot list list in capital. Yeah, enter 627. Okay. Uh, can you just click here on the funnel symbol? You have a filter symbol, right?
filter.
Yeah. Created on today. Can you just type created on choose field? Yeah. Just select. Yeah. Just run this query. You have a run option. See, your account is created. I don't know why it is not reflecting under the row count of total number of records. Okay, but it is created. You can do one thing. You can close all the unnecessary tabs. Remove cache. To remove cache, you can do one thing. Go to left
Yeah, yeah.
navigator again.
Okay.
In ServiceNow itself, you can do that. Go to left
Can I do
navigator
that
homepage.
or
Yeah,
right
you
now?
can
Or,
do it. You can do
okay.
it right now. Go to home page.
Okay, 1 second.
Okay. Yeah. On all, just type catchy.do. Okay. This is called as a left navigator, as this
Yeah,
is located to your left hand. Catchy.do. Okay. Enter. Here you have a clear cache or a clear all browser cache. You can do anything. Usually it's a cache issue, Zubair. I can see the record is created, right?
yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
So I have my company Snow open, so that is not going to affect this, right?
So don't do with your
No, no, no,
company's
no. No,
credentials,
that's
okay?
that's completely different. So
Yes, yes. No, you are using with your
so that's not
personal
going to
email.
affect.
No,
Okay.
no. Yeah.
All right. Thank you. I'll
Okay.
stop sharing the screen. Thank you.
No, no problem. Okay, but from Monday you can do one thing. Post our class, you can practice, and you
Yeah,
can also ping me if you have any questions. Okay.
sure, sure.
This is
I
not for you,
started
but
doing
this
it
is for
after
everyone.
the after you created only. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll make sure that for sure.
See,
Thank you.
see, yeah. Sure. Because see, um, while we are discussing some major topics, I'll be moving little
Yeah,
fast. You may miss out few
yeah, I
things, right?
understand.
So
Absolutely.
yeah. So any questions from anyone?
Hi, Shreya. Today is my first session actually.
Okay.
So,
Mm-hmm.
can you share the configuration like the PDA installation?
Sure, sure. Prasad, you can just get in touch with whoever has given you this link. Okay. Uh, just check with them. They will give you the demo recording as well as the first class recording. Okay.
Okay, so actually I'm in Harsha group, so I
Yeah,
have
they
some
will.
issues.
They will share everything. Okay. You just tell them that I have joined today, so they'll share everything.
So if you don't mind, when it started and how many sessions were got completed?
Yesterday only it is started. Only
Okay.
we are done with first class yesterday. Today is our second class. So you haven't missed much. It's just an hour recording you can watch.
And one more thing, how many sessions, like it's a 30 day session, or
Uh,
how it is the total
it is
course?
45 to 50 days because we'll be focusing on admin development and implementation. So see, all these questions are answered in this 1 2 sessions, whatever you missed. If you still have any queries, you can get in touch with Harsha team and get back to me. Okay, they'll help you with all these queries.
Okay. And just last question. So here in ServiceNow also we have certifications, correct?
Yes.
So with the experience, if I want to attend, so how it will be? Because will they check it when the certification was done to consider and like
Uh,
4 5 years experience? How it works out?
So, one thing, we have a two types of certification. These things I have already covered. And coming to your level, if you are like how many years of experience you are going to showcase it on your resume, it matters most. Okay, coming
Mhm.
to something like we have a Delta certification. That means if you are certified, every 6 months there is a new release in service now. If you are missing out, like completing this Delta certification exam, your certification is of no use, it will be expired. You have to go for renewal, like you have to reappear for the exam. There is no renewal option. Okay, so you can just tell them that I was already certified, but I missed out writing a Delta exam. So you can be certified with this new version. And they never check like when did you complete the certification, they only check to what level you have a knowledge in service now.
Yeah, I have overall 10.
So,
Can I?
Prasad, as a trainer, I'm here to help you with the technical information. So you can get all this information from the Harsha's team.
Yeah, that's okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So far, any other questions? If no, I'll close it.
Yeah, 1 second. Can you share your screen once, yeah? That service now application screen.
Yeah.
In that all right. In that all click yeah. User type user once.
Okay.
Users. Yeah. In that where we need to select actually there are number of options, right? And
Under user administration,
but there is one more option, right?
there are many options. There are many modules service now. There like we use for ITBM, ITOM, and all, right? So we have many options for them. But under user administration, we use this.
But under organization also if we click the
Yes.
same is coming,
Yes.
right?
Yes. That is why I tell this instance is almost equal to your real-time instance.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay. With practice, you will be understanding under which menu and module will have users, roles, groups.
Mostly if some
Sorry, your
admins
voice is cracking for me.
would like to
Oh,
access an user, right? Mostly instead of login with their credentials.
sorry, your voice was cracking
Sorry,
for me.
I didn't get. Okay,
Your
I'm
voice
sorry.
was
So
cracking
my
for me.
question is, okay,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm sorry. So what I was asking,
Mm-hmm.
mostly whenever a system admin is trying to take access of any normal employee who doesn't have more access, let's
Mm-hmm.
consider IT technician or a developer, senior developer. If they're trying
Mm-hmm.
to access their account, they usually use impersonate user, or they do a login.
They log in. Impersonate user is a concept we have for testing. Okay.
Okay,
So that is a different
all right.
concept. We'll be covering that.
Okay,
Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right, thank you.
Yeah. So under user profile, you can find this impersonate user. Okay. Only for testing
Yes,
activity, we'll be doing this. Okay. Don't worry.
sure.
We will
Thank
be
you.
doing many examples. If no questions,
So I had a doubt.
okay. Yeah. Please go ahead.
Like, do we get any introduction modules for this ITSM? Will get
Uh,
any PDF?
okay. So actually, we are working on those concepts only. So users is a part of it. So we will be covering like this concept wise. and I have a notes for each and every topic. I'll be sharing the drive access. But to get any access for the recordings or a drive access for notes, you have to be enrolled by Monday. So that are the instructions what I received from the consultancy. So
Okay. Thank you.
okay, yeah. I'll share the course curriculum in groups, guys. Okay.
Okay, Shreya. We have enrolled that. We have enrolled today, Shreya. Yeah.
Okay, sure. I'll share those access. Okay. By Monday, you get everything.
Okay, Shreya.
Yeah.
You need to talk that to Ramu, or you need to talk?
Yes, you'll get everything. You
Okay,
just
okay,
enroll
Shreya.
today, right? Just wait for a day.
Okay. Can you share that PDF, Shreya? What you have started today at the class?
Like, sorry.
No, you are starting at that. Today you started with that PDF. No, you can share that. We can
Okay. The notes part.
by Monday.
Yes.
Yeah. No, by Monday you can share.
Yeah, I'll share it right away. Don't worry. I'll post it in the group. Okay.
Okay, share. Okay.
Yeah.
If you have any doubts, we will opinion. Okay.
What are all the applications we can do with ServiceNow? So, Geetika, I don't know what is meant by your question. I'm not clear. Applications
Like
means
we can do integrations and we can do this ticketing management. Other than that, what
there
are
are
all the
modules. There are various modules, so you can get that information from ServiceNow. Just search like modules in ServiceNow. You can understand.
okay?
Yeah. Okay, Shreya.
Those are not applications. Those are modules actually. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you all.
Okay. Okay, Shreya. Thank you. Have a
Thank
nice
you.
day.
Have a great
Yeah.
happy
Happy
weekend.
weekend.
Happy weekend. Thank you. Let's catch up on
Being a
Monday. Okay.
and okay. Okay.